Hi everyone, welcome to Data Server. My name is Taiwo. Our topic today, Power BI show cumulative forecast and actual on the same line tutorial. In this particular section, we're going to use DAX method, tag as part 2. We already roll out part 1, which is based on visual method. So basically, we're going to be emphasized on the three emphasis as shown on the bottom page of the screen: predictive precision, actual versus forecast line, cumulative forecast. This is a quick Power BI step-by-step tutorial. I will demonstrate how to create forecast, cumulative, total, and actual data into a single visual for better trend analysis and reports. I'm going to load already designed that based on 3 years forecast and is loading. As you can see, this is our report already designed. And our sales figure range from 2022 to 2025. That is the actual sales figure. And the total sum of the sales is 109 million. So if I demonstrate, if you based on this date calendar, it automatically interactive based on the figure. Also, you can use the category to check a particular sales figure based on bike or clothing or whatever, or you can do multiple selection. You can see that it's interactive. It's going to give you figure based on your selection, and if you do the date range as well as we did earlier on. So this is what we're going to demonstrate in our tutorial for today. So, and note, we already have a template. So we're going to concentrate on this, the yearly total sales DAX matrix and actual and cumulative forecast line chart. This is what we're going to base our practical section on today. So let me load our template, then start straight away. And our template is loading. Successfully loaded. This is our template. This is what we're going to be based on our practical session, the table matrix and the visual. And the first thing to do is to create our table like what we did in our part 1. And to create our table, we're going to go to model. Then we're going to be using DAX for our table as we did in part 1. So because without the entity separate table, we're not going to be able to do the calculation appropriately as we expected. So when you click on modeling tab, all you need to do, you click on new table, and it's loading. Give you the pen to enter your DAX code. Our DAX code will justify based on what we want to do. Is that date table, add column, calendar. Calendar automatically tell the code that we want date based on the type of data we want for our table, which is date. And the most important aspect of this date is the range at the top after calendar after date. Remember, our data comprise from 2022 to 2025. But if you see this date, it comprises from January 2022 to 31st of December 2028. As you can see, the reason why we have up to 2028 instead of 2025 is because we want 3 years of forecast, as you can see. So that's the reason. All we need to do, we click commit to accept our code. It's going to automatically show in our data pane, which is this one. As you can see, this is our new created date table. We click that and we go to modeling again and we click mark as date table. That's it. All you need to do. Some version will not show this, but because it's the latest version, it shows you mark as a date table. You enable it to be on, then it shows date. Then you click save. That's it. That's all what you need to do. Another thing to do before you start creating your forecast, because we need to do additional forecast in DAX code. Data analysis expression, that's the meaning of DAX, DAX. So that is a code that needed for Power BI report. So for those of you that are new to Power BI. So the next thing to do is to create table relationship. And to do that, we go to our model view. And to do that, remember that we have two dates here. We don't use this other year, we have to use other date because it is the original date from the data. Then we drag and automatically the new relationship window pop up. The default is many to one for the cardinality, and we click save. And that's all what we need to do in this table relationship, many to one. Let's see. Automatically the relationship line will show, which is this. So we've done our table, that is that. And the next thing to do in this tutorial is to create our measure. Measure is the code that will generate our forecast, that will make our forecast to be possible. And the first one to create is called CAGR, compound annual growth rate. That's shortened for CAGR, which I'm going to add. Is already typed because of time, and I will just give a brief explanation. And to add our CAGR code, we right mouse click on the other data and click new measure, and it's going to give us the code page, and we're going to add our code. So what this particular code does, it calculates in a nutshell, just to summarize, the interval of sales for the last 4 years and do some arithmetic based on minus division. We are using this particular function of power in DAX that will enable us to achieve that. So to start with, we enable a variable called variable start year, which show us the beginning of our year in our original data sales figure and the end of data sales figure year 2025. You can see there's no 2028 here because it's only on our date we have to use 2028. And variable start value calculate some of the total sales, while this variable end value also calculates some of the other total sales and date table year based on the year that we have in this table. So that's the outer, and variable year also end year minus start year, and the return will give this particular function that will enable us, which is a DAX power. Power is a function in Power BI that will enable us to generate our predictive figure. End value divided by start value, comma 1 divided by years in bracket minus 1, and we click on it. That's just a brief explanation about that code. In summary, the code will just justify what we need to calculate from the previous year. And the next code that we need to add is forecast sales. This is what we're actually going to use to add to our visual in order to generate the code. So what we need to do is to go back to our other data, right mouse click and say new measure, and we're going to add this code. So when we add this code, then everything is done. So this code basically is just call up our compound annual growth rate that we created initially in order to justify what the total sales figure for the last 4 years, and give us another total sales figure for the next 3 years. So we click on it. So that's what this next code does. So we're going to bring all these to visual. So this is our matrix table. As you can see, we're going to first and foremost click the year from the date table. Remember, we have to click from the data because this is the only one that will give us 2022 to 2028. So it's going to give us the range of 7 years, the last 4 years and the next 3 years. And the next thing to do is to click the total sales that we have. It's going to give us the total sales figure. You can see equate to 109 million. So our forecast will give us the predictive forecast for the next 3 years, which is this. As you can see, in 2026, the forecast will be 23 million. 2027, the forecast will be 27 million. And 2028, the forecast will be 31 million. And we're going to repeat the same thing to this visual line. And we select year, and the next thing to select is the total sales. And to bring our forecast, we're going to select our forecast, and that's that. You see, everything is done. You can see the figure, and it's interactive as well. You can see it's working. Show us the figure. You can see this is what we need to do if you use. So that's it. This is all what you need to do. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. I remain